want everybody to write a letter to their Senate office and say, hey, get our food straight. Everybody write a letter to your office. Because, it's not going to stop unless people we had enough.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from your favorite brother-sister duo, sharing relatable life experiences, some tips and tricks, and a whole lot of stories. You're my favorite.
Keep it up, Taylor Swift.
My favorite brother. Ready to go.
Hello, Two Voices, One Life podcast coming to you live with a sister-brother duo. Take it over.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Well, I do want to say one thing before we get going.
Okay.
I am dedicating this show to my mother-in-law, who just passed away this past Saturday while I was in San Antonio. So the reason why I want to dedicate this podcast to her is because she was always asking me, what's your podcast about this week? So I want to, dedicate that to her, since she was always, always trying to be involved in what I'm doing or her daughter's doing, all of us. So she'll be truly missed and loved. Mama, if you can see us, hear us, thank you for everything that you've done for us. And
we love you.
And we love you.
And
God bless.
Thank you for always asking what we're doing. That's so amazing that she always wanted to know. I love that. I love that they watched.
Yeah, right?
That's so cool.
Yeah, and she was a very, very, very sick lady. So
she was, but
so it's
doesn't make it any easier. But she's
no,
the sweetest,
but she was
sweet country Southern lady, and always got her sweet tea, and
she lived her life the way she wanted to,
right.
And being in the 80s and she lived the life that she did, I gave it to her. I was like, I get what she wasn't like, the all natural organics and eating good and clean and all that. She wasn't that lady.
Yeah,
but she lived to her 80s and she had health difficulties and this and that. But it really didn't start getting bad till like maybe 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So she was in her very late 70s at that point. And I'm like, I'm thinking, here's my thought. You go that far and you live that kind of lifestyle the way you want, you eat what you want, drink what you want, go where you want, and do what you want, and be that, God bless her soul. Just, she did it.
She lived her life to the fullest.
Yeah, sure. 3.5 packs of cigarettes a day, and her, her sweet tea, and her cakes, and her cookies, and all that stuff.
All the desserts, and she made some good ones too.
Yeah, deep fried everything, and so she lived a good life. I'm kind of jealous because I'm sitting here, 51. I'm like, ooh, I'm just start watching what I eat. So. That's all that. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Yes.
Thank you, Mama. We'll miss you.
Dedicated to her. We love you, and be with Granny now.
Yep, Granny and her daughter. So it's kind of hard. Yep. So I think we kind of left off somewhere as like where why I prioritize these. And then washing and cleaning and gardening.
So today's episode is going to be like part 2 of our organic, non-organic talk. We got a little too excited the last time and we rambled a little bit too much. We started talking about gardening and all of that. So this episode, we're going to continue about organic or not organic, what you should and shouldn't buy. Just a quick recap. We had talked about the Dirty Dozen. Those are vegetables and fruits that you want to buy organic. They usually have a thinner skin or it's a edible skin. So those you want to buy organic because the pesticides go through them. And also you want to try to have the ones that grow close to the soil and are harder to wash. So like potatoes are, in the ground. And berries are harder to wash. I mean, you could wash lettuce and stuff, but usually leafy vegetables and berries you want to get organic. Basically, all the other ones with a thicker peel, you don't have to get organic because the pesticides don't seep in as easily. I mean, they still will, but
Right.
yeah, usually if I know it's harder to go organic if it's expensive, especially like raspberries are crazy expensive for a small container and they go bad fast. But like between my
$8 for a basket. I went yesterday over to Publix to get a couple groceries because Kroger's pissed me off. I'm done with Kroger's for the rest of my life, but whatever.
Okay. Anyway.
So so I went to Publix instead to get our stuff, and I was gonna get it some berries, some blackberries. $8 for a tote because mine ain't ready. They're not producing yet.
Right. So how big was the container? Was it like
It
those
was
little
like
4-ounce ones, or is a bigger one?
I don't know how many ounces it was, to be honest with you. It was like 6 inches by like 3 or 4 inches by like 3 inches tall. So it was a pretty big one, I would say.
Yeah, decent
or a medium-sized one.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, that's a lot. I was like, holy moly. But
yeah, that's the hard part about the organic stuff because like between Jackson and I, we could eat so much we could eat one little container in the day. So
I don't think there was an option though for non-organic. I couldn't find one. I was just and I started to look. I was curious to see what the price difference, because I knew we were going to do this show, so I kind of wanted to bring
to
something
see the
to the table, right? So,
it is a
I'm
couple
sorry for cutting you
dollars.
off.
No, it's fine. It's usually a couple dollars difference,
right,
for the organic versus the non-organic, especially for raspberries. Raspberries in general are just ridiculous, but those
Grow
especially
your own.
Well, yeah, I do, but they kind of can't grow when it's freezing outside.
Yeah.
But especially since, we eat those like daily or, several times a week,
Right.
I'm definitely make sure I get those organic. And Jackson's in his picky phase where he only eats some stuff, fruits and vegetables or whatever. So
That's typical.
since he's eating those, like he loves raspberries, I'm like, this is something he's going to be eating a lot of. So I'm going to buy organic for that. But anyway, also you can buy, to save a little bit of money, you could do frozen organic. It's going to be cheaper than the fresh, or like, fresh in the produce area. You can do frozen vegetables or frozen fruits.
I did not know that.
Sometimes people say it tastes a little different, and it might because it's it's been frozen for I don't know how long that they have packed it. I know I freeze my strawberries or raspberries if I get too much and we can't eat them as fast as we can. So I definitely freeze mine. To make a lot of my smoothies, I use all different fruits. So I will buy organic bags of like mango and stuff like that, especially because mango is so hard to cut. I hate cutting a mango. But you can definitely buy organic frozen stuff as well. It's going to be cheaper and it might be more, like a bigger amount also. But again, it's not like super, super fresh, but you're still getting a better product.
But if you're going to make like shakes and licuados or,
smoothies and all that,
smoothies and stuff, you don't have to buy fresh. You can buy the frozen ones because
well,
they're
that's
going to
what
go in
I'm
abundance.
saying.
Yeah. It's just, it's kind of like buying liquor. You can buy like top shelf liquor if you're just going to sip on the straight liquor. But if you're going to make mixed drinks, you might as well just get the generic stuff.
Well, I don't want a headache, but yeah.
Well, I'm saying, right. I mean, it's still good.
But you still can buy, but I mean, the frozen organic is good for, shakes and stuff. And actually, sometimes Jackson prefers blueberries frozen. They're actually like a good snack frozen.
Right.
So
I give it to them because I like them like that too.
Because then they're not as like squishy and you bite into them. It's not as, I don't know, it's a texture thing, I guess. But so if you want to do organic stuff, you can buy frozen ones as well.
Yeah. I think Marley likes them frozen too. She likes the crunch.
What does she not like? She likes
true
everything.
True that.
But so then also, you want to shop for seasonal products that will also be cheaper too.
Correct.
So in the summer times, berries are going to be, depending when the in season is for where you live, then they'll be a little bit cheaper, the organic products.
Question for
Produce.
you.
Ugh, can't talk.
Got a
What?
question. So would like cantaloupe be in this 15 group?
In the Dirty Dozen? No, because it has a thicker skin.
So
So
it okay, but it
you
would
don't
be
have to
in the
buy it.
clean 15 then, right? Because it has a thicker skin, like a watermelon or
Yes.
bananas and stuff. So okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see like how far can you go. So because you got like avocados on there, so that kind of like and some avocados have really thin skin, but it's just
Yeah.
it's like I see what you're saying though. Okay,
I guess
I'm just trying to learn
it's
too, guys.
it's thick enough that it doesn't penetrate as much
Right,
into the
and it still
skin.
does, but not as
I
much.
mean, yeah, it still will,
I
because
get it.
like even on this list, they still have like cauliflower, which I feel, and carrots, which I feel like are thinner. So I would want to buy those organic, I would
Right.
think. But I mean, and kiwi too. I mean, well, that skin is kind of thick.
Yeah.
And so it
I love
just,
kiwi.
but like bananas, that's a thick peel that you don't eat.
Right.
So it's mostly
Cauliflower.
peels
So
that you don't eat. But like, again, like asparagus, cabbage, and
you want me to read your list?
I mean, I'm kind of going through it, but yeah. Go ahead.
So she has it on there is avocados, has a thick peel. Pineapple has a thick peel. Onions, sweet corn, papaya, asparagus. See, I wouldn't have thought asparagus would have been on that list. Okay.
Right, same.
Cabbage, watermelon, cauliflower, bananas, mangoes, carrots, mushrooms, and kiwi. What a find. So grapes would be in the top one with the berries. It would be in the Dirty Dozen
Right,
it's got a
because
thinner skin.
you're eating the whole thing.
Right. Okay. And I'm trying to learn this as we go because there's a lot of stuff on here that I mean I knew a little bit, but
Right,
nothing
because
like
I
this.
remember the one time you said, "Oh, I got organic bananas." I was like, "Well, great job, but you don't have to get those organic because you're not eating the peel."
Yeah,
But
it was like literally
even on
like
this
couple cents.
this list, you're eating asparagus, you eat the whole thing, and
Right.
and cabbage and cauliflower, you eat the whole thing. And I would feel like carrots is a thin skin, but I don't know. This is just a list that I found. You can do your own research if you want to like look at it more thoroughly. But yeah, usually that list that Oscar just read, the peels you don't usually eat, so they're going to have a lower pesticide level. They still will have some, but lower. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for the fruit and vegetable section.
No. Gee, mama.
I mean, I'm just trying to give out the facts.
No, that's good because there's a lot of stuff that I don't know about this stuff, and I'm trying to learn at the age of 51. So that just proves to everybody that hey, it's never too late to try to adjust your diet a little bit. You know,
Oh yeah.
like my mama-in-law, she did her thing and she lives a great healthy life, but or a great long life. But maybe I was like, why not do something for yourself? So it's a great, you can always learn. When you stop learning is when you give up on life. Your life stops.
Right. And you can always do, a little bit of both.
Yep, exactly.
Have some junk, like Jackson says.
Yeah.
And
now your sister-in-law does too.
Yep. I love that.
Yeah, my wife sent Kim or sent Lisa a text message that she was going to go buy her some junk while I was gone. So poor thing, she didn't have any time for anything. But yeah, so now Jackson's got the rest of her family saying like, we're going to have candy or cake or something. He's like,
something's like a dessert for him is like something junk after he eats his meal. Can I have something junk? Because he knows it's not like healthy, but it still tastes good or whatever, and we allow it, obviously. Not gonna deprive him completely of stuff like that. But yeah, he calls it junk. I don't even know why he started calling it junk, actually, because he would ask maybe, but I don't remember telling him it was junk food. Like he used to ask for specific items, like, oh, can I have a cookie, or oh, can I have a popsicle, or he would ask for the specific item, but not now. It's just, can I have something junk?
It could be from her shows. Who knows?
Maybe it was from a show.
Yeah.
Blippi, probably.
So, but there are some things that was like we were kind of discussing, but we didn't really get into it. They, make wise choices and smarter purchases. Be budget friendly, like what
Mhm.
you can buy non-organically versus organically,
Right.
and also seasons
The
when to buy
seasons,
stuff.
yeah.
So,
Mhm.
and like Lisa mentioned earlier, you buy some stuff that are frozen. Especially if you're going to make a shake or a smoothie or something, just buy a frozen, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because I'm not gonna spend, $7 on a thing of strawberries, and then the whole thing goes into a smoothie, then it's
right,
done.
right. No, that makes total sense. So, yeah, you can do that. Which, I would have automatically thought of anyways. But I
Right.
didn't. So the thing I didn't know is they already have organic frozen stuff. So
Mhm.
that's nice to know. I
Yeah,
didn't
and
know that,
sometimes they'll
which makes
even
sense,
have, like, a blend already together,
right?
like a berry blend that has
Hmm.
all of the berries in there that's all frozen, or they have them individually. They even have bags that are like pre-made smoothie ones with organic, so they'll have like spinach and all that stuff together already. So I mean, yeah, just take a look down the frozen aisle and see what what you want.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's definitely nice. And like I said, sometimes like Jackson didn't eat carrots, but sometimes he'll eat frozen carrots. Why? I don't know, but hey, whatever.
exactly. As long as it gets into his body, that's all that matters.
Yep.
So it's all good. But yeah, go for organic berries, leafy greens, foods your kids eat daily, which makes total sense.
Hmm.
If you're going to eat it daily, try to get the best that you can afford, or that your budget allows. So do
Correct.
that. And I'm kind of reading some of the notes that Lisa made, because she did most of this together, because I would have been like a freaking little kid I'd have been lost. Yeah. I'd have been like a little kid in the airport. I'd have been totally lost. So save money, buy frozen, like we were saying, shop seasonal. And that's a good point right here. Using local farmers. Not only are you going to
Hmm.
support your local people, but you know where it's coming from. And then,
Right.
especially if they're an organic farmer. So
Hmm.
that's a good point there. Same thing with like your meats and stuff, buy from local markets. So that's a good thing. And make sure, just because it's a local market doesn't mean that they are selling local. So make sure that I have caught two here in
Yes.
Nashville that said they're local meats and organic vegetables, right?
Hmm.
And they're coming from all over the country. I found
Right.
two here, and I'm like, that's really dirty how they do that. So look, if you buy meats, they have to have a code of what state they come from.
Right.
It's stamped on there. So look at that.
Yeah, I would say I think all products, really, fruit, vegetables, meat, they will have a thing on there, a label that will say
Hmm.
where it's from.
Well, even though, but yes, they do. But the ones that like sell off the side of the road and stuff, those are the
Oh,
ones you want to,
yeah.
because we're a local farmer. So watch out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just be careful with
Okay.
those. But maybe like the farmers markets, you
Yeah,
know
that's where I
that those
caught the two
people.
at.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's
wow.
where yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever. Everybody do your thing. Be
Well,
smart
right.
enough to do your own research. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you can't buy organic, don't skip fruits and vegetables. The health benefits of eating produce outweigh the pesticides and concerns for most people, which is very true.
Hmm.
Great job on that, sis, because that could not have said it any better. So,
Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you.
it's one, and it really makes a lot of sense. If it's a daily thing, if you eat, like, let's just say green beans every day, if
Hmm.
you're going to eat them every day, you might as well get them fresh. You might as well get them organic, right? If that's
Right.
going to be like the majority of your diet, get the best that you can afford.
Right. And that's why, like I
That's
said, like I make sure I get the organic raspberries because, yeah, Jackson, that's one of his favorite fruits right now. And he eats it maybe once a day, like for lunch or with his dinner.
right.
So that one, he eats it so much. So we definitely get organic.
I guess they have
Um,
organic milk and stuff like that too, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, they definitely do.
I wonder if that would be a bit different on my belly since I'm lactose intolerant. If more organic would be better than the regular, you know?
Yeah, well, I had to switch to dairy-free completely, so
Okay. It's really weird because I was drinking 2% milk,
mhm.
right? And it destroyed my belly.
Yep, yep,
I
that's
went
a
to
hard no.
whole milk. I'm good.
Really?
Yes. It's
And it
so
was the
weird.
same brand and everything?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yep. Now, if I like eat like Bluebell ice cream, and if I just have a bowl of it, I'm
Yeah,
okay, right? But if I have some other brand, it destroys my belly.
that's so weird.
It is.
So
So
maybe do they use, whole milk for their ice
I don't
cream?
know. I don't know. I
Maybe they
haven't
do, but
researched it.
that's so weird that
Yeah.
milk, that milk destroys you, but then you could
Oh my
definitely
god.
not skip out on your ice cream.
Yeah, we're talking like 30 minutes, and I'm like, my belly's like, hey, bro, nah, we ain't gonna have this.
Yeah,
So I'm like, okay,
yeah.
babe, I'm going to bed now, so I can leave
Well,
the room.
right. But see, like, I wonder though too, this is on topic but a little off. Like, so like, as children, I drank milk all the time, milk in my cereal, and
Right.
that's what we were given, and ice cream and cheese and all that dairy stuff. But let's say the last 10 years, milk has really bothered my stomach. So is it just because my body changed, or is it there's different things in the milk that, affected me differently?
Right.
Because yeah, I definitely
I
even
think
went
it's
dairy
number two.
free. I went dairy free for a while, and that was really hard, but I noticed a huge change.
I think it's
So,
number two. I think it's
yeah,
number
so
two.
I mean, I'm still gonna eat my cheese because the
Oh
dairy-free
yeah.
cheese was not the best, but
Yeah, right.
but I think it might have something to do with some of the hormones or stuff that's put in
Right.
the milks. But
Yeah.
I
I
don't,
agree.
I didn't do enough research for that one to talk about
Right.
that, so I'm
Right.
not going to. But
So we'll
yeah,
skip. Maybe we'll do that, like actual like foods, cheeses, milks, meats, and stuff like that too. So
I totally forgot to think about that part because yeah, that
no,
does
but no,
affect
yeah,
me, the milk for sure.
yeah.
It's
I mean, that's something to cover. We might just do an episode on that because that's a big one, especially now that we're going to get into grilling season. So maybe something to go over like buy meats and stuff. So, anyways, that's
oh
something for
yeah,
the
we
future.
have yeah. But yeah, so basically, yeah, buy organic. The certain things. I'll put up a list when this episode airs, and so that way people can kind of
Oh
see
yes, yes, great
um,
idea.
what the difference is on the organic versus non. The red dyes, try to stay away from those as much as you
Mm-hmm.
can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so
Go ahead.
next part,
Next part is
meats and protein, seafood, all that stuff. I
oh, hang on,
know. Oh, go
hang
ahead.
on. Let's back up. What is organic protein means?
Did I
What is that?
skip over something? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
What?
Okay. Oh, what is it?
Yeah.
It usually means where the animals were fed organic feed, so no synthetic or pesticides or GMO foods for the actual animals. They were raised without any antibiotics and not given growth hormones. So like
That's
beef.
big.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a
big one.
huge, huge one because you can see a difference for
Mm-hmm.
sure in the meats. So and often the animals are going to be kept in a better area, I guess I could say, like
Right.
in their pens or whatever. There might not be 500 in one small section. There'll be less.
Yeah, they do
So
that with chickens. They overpack them, and it's just it's not right.
well, any animal
Right.
really, pigs and cows
Yeah.
as well too. So that gets them to spread diseases quicker too, because they're all so close to each other. If there is, so that's a whole different category.
Oh
But
my God. That's yeah. That is, I mean, now you talk about like going looking at it, when you start researching people, when you like really start researching, you talking about going down a freaking
The
rabbit hole.
rabbit hole is bad.
Yeah, because I was looking like so when we were in San Antonio, Lisa and I were talking about kind of recapping of what the episode was the last part one of this, and the powder that is put on the cheese that's grated. So I wanted to look to see what that powdery looking substance is, right? I'm not going to say what it is for the simple fact that I don't want us to get sued. Okay.
Yeah.
But I went through it and I looked on there and I found what that powder is. So I looked that up and that opened up like another 20 things. Well, then you go
Yeah.
into that next section, that 20 turns into another 10 or whatever things. So you talk about it just goes in a deep rabbit hole trail and it seems like you never get to the end.
No,
So I'm
it
like,
just
okay,
keeps spiraling and spiraling.
yes.
Like
So that's
it's
any kind of
wild.
research. When you're really doing some good research, you get into these rabbit holes. You're like, oh my God, there's so much to this. So yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely.
So yeah, watch out what you buy because it might scare you.
Yeah, the cheese thing, I don't remember if I think you and I just talked about it, but it was basically that I just buy the block cheese instead of shredded because the shredded
Right.
doesn't melt as well, like on things, and the block cheese doesn't. I'm sorry. The shredded cheese has a product in it that helps keep it a shelf life a lot longer. A block cheese doesn't have that product, so I use that one to shred. It takes longer to do, but whatever. It actually melts a lot better too because the pizza, like when we do pizza, you see the little lines of the shredded cheese and it's not like melted.
Yeah, it helps
But
it
anyway,
from melting and not sticking together.
right.
Yeah,
So
but anyways,
anyway, back to meat.
you see, we get in this rabbit hole.
No, I know because there's so many things if you like you said, it spirals and spirals.
Yeah.
So but yeah, when an example of the meat, I will say we would have gotten like fillets from a grocery store, and they were good. But then we got some fillets from a local farmer from the farmer's market, and I should have taken a picture of what the coloring in it was very, very different.
Yeah.
And the texture was completely different. The one from the local farmer, the filet, like you didn't even need a knife. Like it just melted in your mouth. Somebody that had no teeth could probably like almost eat
Oh
it. Like
yeah.
it was so just so tender, and so that really shows a difference between the hormones in the meat and any like GMOs in there too, antibiotics, all of those. Understand why they do that, they put the hormones in there to make the whatever animal bigger so they can get more meat out of it. But it definitely tastes a lot different to me. I feel like sometimes the meat tastes tougher. Like in chicken and stuff too, some of the grains, it cooks
Yeah.
differently, I have noticed.
Yeah. Even like when I smoke, when I'm gonna smoke a chicken, I will not smoke an organic chicken.
Okay.
Just because it's so hard to control it. And I don't know what is the difference between an organic and non-organic, but I've noticed that an organic just dries out so fast.
Well, yeah, it's because it doesn't have the same, hormones and stuff in it. So it's
Right.
not, injected with a big, I don't know, like it makes them bigger and everything. So it probably, and then the organic is less because it's not injected to make it
Right.
bulkier. So it's thinner, and I guess that makes sense why it's drier.
Yeah, and I don't think like if you're doing like smoking like I've used a lot of the meats for, beef doesn't really matter. If you're trying to do like a budget and wise, you don't have to get organic beef to smoke. As far as taste difference, I didn't notice any difference. You may, but it doesn't either. You organic,
Well, it's in the
non-organic, it cooks the
seasoning
same.
too.
Yeah, and it cooks the same. That's what I'm getting at. It's not that so much that tastes different.
Well, yeah,
but
yeah. I could see that it cooks the same because if
right.
I was to
Chicken
cook
doesn't.
a burger, organic beef, grass-fed versus one that was given whatever, it's
Right.
still going to cook the same. Is it going
Right.
to taste the same? No. Is
Yeah,
it
I know.
as healthy for me? No. But
Man,
I mean, yeah.
organic beef cheeseburger, y'all, on the grill is like so freaking amazing. It's so good.
Yeah.
Organic ground beef will make sloppy joes taste amazing. I mean, it's that serious.
Wild that it makes it taste that much different.
I mean, I don't know if you guys put beef in your spaghetti.
No.
Oh, that's just another amazing thing. It just like it tastes it. It really changes the taste of whatever you're eating, whether it's a hamburger, meatloaf, sloppy joes. It tastes totally different.
Well, yeah, I know the steak definitely did.
Yeah,
It was like, and then if I like make a stew or something, like the meat, it just is more tender, and you're not going to get as like those tougher pieces, I feel like.
Yeah, so I'm a ribeye guy. I used to be a porterhouse guy, right? My wife is a diehard filet. Her dad just spoiled her, just ruined her.
Yep.
So
that's what she gets. She should.
Right. So I told my father-in-law, I'm like, well, you're the one that ruined her. You can pay the difference.
Wrong.
So, but I have changed to a ribeye. So ribeye is a chef's choice of meat. I don't know if you know that, but
no, I didn't.
So it's a chef's choice. But I got a organic, all grain fed, grass fed rather, ribeye, and it was amazing, right? So then I tried like the porterhouse thing, and obviously the dollars are way more, right?
Yeah,
I say way more, but quite a bit more. So I'm like, well, you know what? I rather spend that same money I was going to buy a porterhouse with, and just buy a ribeye that's a way better quality. So that's what I've been doing. I was like, man, shoo, there's a ribeye that's good. That's like what we're talking about on a good grill. Boy, you better watch out. I'm a steak, a potato, and a salad guy. I'm good.
Yeah, I agree.
That beach and seafood. I'm pretty
well, steak, seafood, beach, perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right.
Definitely. Yes.
So sorry, see, there you go, going that rabbit hole, that little spiral.
Well, no, yeah, it's all good. I didn't know about the different. I mean, I know that there's different cuts of meat, but this fillet is my go-to.
Oh yeah, that's what you like. That's what you like.
So I don't. The fat grosses me out.
Right, and that same thing with my wife and my son's the same way. They're fillets. I'm like, you guys are freaking killing me. I mean, so now that my son's like old enough and he's working, he's got a good job and all that, I'm like, I'll buy your mom a steak, but I ain't buying yours. You can bring your own.
Rude.
Just kidding.
Bougie on a budget, okay? That's what I say I am. Bougie on a budget. Some things I like that are more pricey, and then others we can live without. But
we got
I mean, we don't eat it often, but
we got a meat market that we go to, and it's not like around the corner. It's a good drive. It's probably an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes round trip, right? So sometimes I'll go, and then sometimes he'll go. So it's all good. And then this little butthead, what he found out at this butcher is they keep all the butcher keeps all the trimmings, and they grind it up for them, and they keep it. Well, when he gets a steak, like you go get a porterhouse, they pull the whole thing out and they slice it to the size you want. They're not already cut. They actually cut it right there. So then they clean it for you and all that and take all the trimmings. So he asked him one day, he's like, what are you doing to all those trimmings? He's like, oh, we make ground beef. He's like, well, let me get mine. So he got ground beef. So we call them sturgers.
Oh.
Man, that's some good stuff right there. Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Let me tell you, that's good.
Nice.
So now they're actually packaging that ground beef and selling it. Before they
The
were just
trimmings of
keeping,
it.
yeah. Before they were just keeping it. Now I'm like, oh, I go, wait, you freaking ruined it for them. They're probably mad at you now.
Well, no, that's a good idea though. Might as well
It's
make
good.
money off of that too.
Yeah. So yeah, do that. Organic eggs. Does it
Yeah,
matter?
so plant proteins, I just wanted to run those over those real quick. Beans,
Yeah.
tofus, pea protein, soybeans. Those are born or not born, grown organically
Right.
also. So if you're going to have those, that's a different plant protein option if you're not a big meat person.
Oh, okay. I got you. So if you weren't going to eat meat, you could. That's a good option. On salad. Okay.
Correct.
What is
Correct.
soy? Soy is like a bean.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's I used to
I've
drink
heard of
soy
it.
milk a long
Uh
time
huh.
ago when I decided that milk wasn't good for me anymore. But then there's so much estrogen in there, it
Oh.
broke me out. Like I had
Oh.
so many more, like so much acne because of it. Because
Right.
women already have estrogen, and it gave that. Well, as much as I drank it too, it was no good.
Oh.
But I
Okay.
mean, that's a good option if you're organic. Like Jackson, I give him pea protein milk instead of regular milk because he was having dairy issues too. So that also is a plant-based protein.
I see. It's got to be what they put in it. It's got to be because like back in the day, we didn't have that problem with the milk
I know.
stuff.
I mean, yeah, I drank
And I've
milk all the
noticed that
time.
you're not the only one that said their child can't drink regular milk because it tears them up or makes them sick. You know, you're not the first
I
one I've
mean,
heard that from.
yeah, I mean, he drinks cheese, or I mean, he eats cheese and has yogurt, but it's
Right.
like more a limited amount, I guess I
Yeah.
could say. Same with me. But so yeah, for animal proteins, eggs,
Mm.
those are also, you want to buy them organic if you can, because the chicken, obviously the egg comes from the chicken. So if the chicken is given um antibiotics and growth hormones and all that stuff, then the eggs are going to also have those things as
Oh
well.
yeah. Kind of like the whatever
So
mama eats, a baby eats.
exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about that. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
Well, then
Hmm.
that's why I kind of think too. I wonder if that's also why Jackson developed his like milk thing, because I didn't drink regular milk when I was pregnant with him. So
Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know.
could be. Yeah. I mean, there's everything. There's science behind everything, right?
Right.
So that could be it.
But yeah, anyway, so eggs, and I don't know if you buy local eggs sometimes too, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
you've noticed the difference of like the yolk coloring
Oh
from
yeah.
a regular versus store-bought eggs.
Yeah, I
It's
got some
very different.
from my buddy David, and I was like, man, I don't know what kind of grain stuff they're feeding their chickens. You know, like in the winter times
Hmm.
they don't eat the bugs and stuff in the winter,
Right.
and they don't really make a whole lot of eggs during that time. So you kind
Hmm.
of you got to help them, you got to feed them, right? I don't know what they were giving them, but their eggs were like super delicious. They were like the yolk was like so dark. It was like the orange was almost like Texas Longhorns orange.
Like yeah, it's a so it goes, yeah, regular or eggs are more yellow, a pale
Right.
yellow, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when they're uh
It's like a crayon
organic or
yellow.
just, yeah, it's like the yolk is so much darker. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
totally different.
Do you taste the difference between the different colored shells of an egg, like a white versus brown or green or a blue?
I see. I've never had a blue. I've had
Okay.
brown,
Do you
and
notice the
I feel
difference?
like it did, but I don't know
I think it's
if it
mine.
was just in my head, like a
Yeah.
mind thing. So like if I should have had mom just make it for me and not tell
Right. Right.
me,
Mm-hmm.
because like when Frankie they would get their eggs from
Right.
Frankie.
Right.
She would have blue eggs
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, and I would look at the blue egg. I'm like, I don't know about that one,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know. It probably tasted still fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I ate brown eggs from her, and it tasted good, but yeah, I
Right.
don't know if my brain was like, oh, well, this is better. So
Right.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I guess for that, I'd have to do like a blind taste test to
I
really
don't
notice the difference.
I don't taste a difference in the yolk.
Hmm.
The yolk's the yellow, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't taste a difference between I taste a difference in the yolk, but not in the white. Between the white and brown. The
That
yolk
makes
is
more sense.
where I taste the difference.
Well, then
So,
that's the color of it too. Like it's a completely different color,
yeah.
so you would
So
think it would taste different.
they're good. So yeah, eggs. Good point, sis, on that. That even whatever you feed your chickens that are laying the eggs, it's going to carry on into the eggs. So be mindful of that.
Well, yeah, that's
Uh,
why, like, a while ago, that's why the eggs were so expensive because all those
Bird flu.
chickens had the bird flu and
Mm-hmm.
all of that again because the chickens were all, in like a 10 by
Engaged
10
together.
coop
Yep.
and or caged,
It's more common for people to raise chickens that way that are selling them than it is common for cattle and pigs to be that way.
Right.
Chickens are it's more common.
Yes.
Dairy. That's a good one. Milk and yogurt that are consumed daily. Put those in your upper priority list to buy organically, because, like she was saying, the same thing applies from the chickens to the dairy. What they feed the dairy cows is going to carry over into the milk that they produce. So
Correct.
this is like a lot. Yeah, this makes a big difference. Same thing with poultry. It carries
Yeah,
over. What they're feeding them to sell. So that's
exactly. And yeah,
if
people don't think about it. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I bought organic you know, cheese, let's just say." But also, what about the milk? What about yogurt? All of
that's that
those come from
rabbit hole.
the cow. They're all
Yep.
dairy. So then do you, buy everything organic? And
It
it's,
it
I
would
mean,
be good choice, not to cut
well,
you off,
yes,
sis, but it would
definitely.
be a good choice to, like, whatever you buy pretty much consistently weekly, to research those products and see, w- is it okay for me to continue buying this brand, or do I need to switch? So, kind of think about that. And that's a big
Right.
homework list. And it's probably you're
Yeah.
not gonna do it in a day, because it's a lot. Okay.
Because, yeah, well, there's tons and tons. I mean, yeah, then do you just get things, that aren't with antibiotics or without the growth hormone? Because then there's some
Right.
packaging that will say, oh, no antibiotics, but there's still GMOs in it.
Right.
So even though I might say organic, um, no antibiotics, no growth hormones, but there's still some other kind, like the feet, like they're not cage free, or
Right.
there's still words that make it seem like it's okay,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. So you want to, if there's a bunch of checklists of, like, say 4 out of the 5 things, it might say that it's organic, or 3 or 2. So you kind of have to really pay attention to the packaging and labels of that stuff, because I've seen people that say, oh, I got this organic, and then I was like, you read it, I'm like, okay, but it doesn't say like it's cage free or
Right.
still fed with regular feed, or who knows what it is. So
Right. So
it's a challenging for sure, but you got to
growth
read your stuff.
growth
Sorry.
hormones. No, you're good. Growth hormones. And I'm not trying to be silly. I'm not trying to be dumb or any of this. It's like sincere
Oh
question.
Lord.
Okay, it's sincere.
Ah,
So no,
yes.
I can't help myself from laughing because just a thought. But this is serious. So growth hormones, like, women, girls, whatever, go through life eating food
I already think I know where this is going. Okay, go ahead.
that eat meats and whatever with growth hormones. Does that mean they're going to have bigger boobs than the ones who
I knew
don't?
you were
Or, I
going
mean,
there.
because and I'm thinking this because I can't remember who it was. It was some girl that I met, and I want to say it was our old neighbor. And bless her heart, she was challenged in that department. Okay, but
Oh
they
Lord.
they grew their own fruits, or not fruits, but their own vegetables and their own meats and stuff along with chickens. So they didn't have any of the growth hormones or antibiotics in their food.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to put these two together. Does that have an effect in it too? Because it's got to, right? You would
I
think.
mean, it seems like it could be. I mean,
So I'm not, like I said, I wasn't trying to be funny, but I was like,
yes, maybe it does help the girls develop a little bit more. I don't know,
I mean,
but
women develop faster than men and boys, anyways. They're more
oh,
intelligent, faster, they're
yeah.
quicker, younger.
I think you're still trying to develop your.
Yeah, I think
That's
my little seed in my head don't rot it out. It's not even doing nothing now.
the wheel's still trying to turn, but it got
Yeah,
stuck.
the hamster's already like so old. He's like he's on a cane right now. He's not even turning no more.
He's
Uh,
trying.
he's trying, but this also applies to fish and seafood, because that's another one,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I love fish. I love like my snapper and groupers and trigs and flounders and all this stuff, right? I love it. It's
Hmm.
just good food. I'm not so much of a freshwater lake fish person.
Yeah.
Just not much of it.
I'm not. Yeah. Same.
Catfish is probably like the only one that I'll probably eat that's fresh.
Hmm.
Um, and some trout, not all of it. So, um, but I was telling my wife, I'm like, because red snapper was, I think, 27 or $28 a pound,
Mm.
right? And we
Hmm.
eat fish, let me say regularly, but pretty regularly. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we just go down to Destin and go deep sea fishing on one of those
And get a
charters and catch it?
bunch.
Because last time we went, we came back with 150 pounds of filleted fish.
Holy moly!
And we were giving the stuff away. We had so much that we couldn't fit. We fit it in there,
In your
but
freezer.
we had no room for anything else, right? And so
Right.
doing this, organically, right? If
Hmm.
you're able to and you like that kind of fish, go deep sea fish. Go for a long weekend or a week with your family, and they can, especially if you have younger ones, they can see where their fish is coming from,
Right.
and be just like, hey, this is, that's gonna be frozen, but so is the stuff at the grocery store.
Well, yeah, and it's from the ocean, so it's
It's
not like people
fresh,
aren't injecting, hormones
right?
or anything in those. So,
Yeah, I didn't. That
yeah.
was not in our notes, but that's something is organic label doesn't always apply to its wild caught fish. So read your labels and do the research on whatever fish you're buying and where it's coming from, and is
Yeah,
it
because a
really
lot of times it
truly?
will say farm raised, whatever. Because
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't
in
want that.
here, Illinois,
And
and even you in Tennessee, there's no oceans near us,
right.
so the quality of fish, shrimp, that
Hmm.
seafood in general is a little bit harder to get more fresh. It's going to
And
be frozen most of the time.
buy your fish, or anything you eat. Buy it from the USA. Don't buy, beef, pork, chicken, fish, any shrimp, whatever that stuff is, whatever, from other countries, because other countries may not be as regulated as we are, for one. And then on the flip side, other countries have better regulations than us too.
I was
But
gonna say, yeah,
so
some
kind
of
of
their
just watch out.
regulations are different. So,
Yeah. We buy shrimp that is the Gulf shrimp from the Gulf of America, Mexico, whatever you want to call it, guys. But we
mhm.
buy fish from there because we've seen some like Indonesia, um, I forget some other like Asia or something like that. And I was like, you know
Right,
what?
from
We're
other
not doing that.
areas.
We're
Yeah.
not doing that. So
Yeah, you just basically need to just do your research. Obviously, a
same thing with your fish.
wild caught fish, wild caught seafood in
Hmm.
general is going to be better than farm raised.
But
But yeah,
just remember,
do
just because it says wild caught does not mean that it's actually truly wild caught. Wild caught can be caught in the
true,
pond, because
true.
it's, so just the words are very
Again,
deceiving how
yeah.
they market it. So just kind of do your
Again,
research.
yeah. Organic labels and all those labels are very deceiving because yeah, it might say wild caught, but yeah, in Bill's pond in Kentucky. Like,
Right.
you know. So yeah, you gotta just check the labels for sure. And on
No, for sure.
everything and anything you have. That's why that Yuka app is very helpful. I don't
Yes, it
know if
is.
it does meats, because I don't think I've ever scanned meats to actually like
Mm.
any of that. I usually
Yeah, I
use
don't
it
know.
for the other stuff. But yeah, read your labels, check where they are actually being where they're actually from. But yeah, check
Mm.
your labels
Mm-hmm.
and again, because you
This
never
also
know.
applies to like desserts too. So take that.
Desserts.
It does. I mean, it really
It
is like
applies to everything.
it applies
Anything
to,
that you
yeah,
consume or that
right.
you
Put on your
put
body,
on your body,
soaps.
you wash yourself, your laundry detergents, your cleaning
Hmm.
products, your
And there's only so
deodorants, your
far.
toothpaste, your
Oh
toothpaste. Oh my
my.
God, real quick. When we
No,
were at mom and
share it because I'm
dad's,
thinking the same thing. Go ahead.
when we were at mom and dad's and I leave a bunch of like my products there, like shampoos and all that stuff, so it's easier. Anyway, I had a travel size toothpaste there, and I went to use it, and I was like, huh, let me just look at the ingredients. I don't know why, but I did. And tell me why there was a blue dye in there and red 40 in there. Why do we need that in the toothpaste? Just make it white. Like, just leave it alone. So
Exactly.
then I'm
I
like,
was going the same way.
I'm cleaning my teeth, but yet I'm putting a dye on my teeth.
So
So
what's
what is
better?
that doing that to my teeth and my mouth? Obviously, it's not good.
Yep.
But yeah, so
It's
lots of rabbit holes for that as well on products that we
mm-hmm.
use, not just what we put in our body. So check
So
everything.
with this, we're finishing off this part in these topics. I want to bring up that um when I and my family and my brother, buddy, my bud, my guy,
Hmm.
and his wife, his significant other, we went to Cancun with mom and dad. We all went together, right?
Hmm.
Well, Kim wanted to go to Walmart to see what the Walmart is like down in Cancun. So we went. And the one we went to was like a neighborhood market Walmart, so it was a smaller one.
Hmm.
So we were walking through the foods and stuff, and I went down one of the aisles where the condiments are at,
Right.
and I found Heinz 57 ketchup.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what it was, but the ketchup in Mexico, or I don't remember exactly the number, right? So the ketchup in Mexico had like 3 or 4 ingredients,
Yeah.
right? The ketchup in the United States may have like 10 or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I was getting at when I said other countries may be better regulated than we are, but we don't know
Hmm.
what that regulations are. So that's what I was getting at. But it just that's one of the things that just has drove me absolutely nuts for years and years. I don't care what political person goes in office as a presidency. I don't care about that as much as I care about get our food and
Yeah.
medical and all that stuff straight, because in the meantime that's really what it's affecting all us Americans, and still
Totally.
have different political views, but
Right.
those topics affects every American regardless of what political they believe in.
Yes, definitely.
So
The
I
food
feel really
industry needs to
strong.
get it together.
Yes, I feel really strong that why is it like third world countries can have better ingredients in their foods than us who pay so much more for our ingredients than they do.
Yeah,
So
that's a
everybody, right?
topic. Yeah, that's
It is.
crazy. That's I don't understand, and
I want
we
I want
won't
everybody
understand.
I want everybody to write a letter to their Senate office and say, "Hey, get our food straight." Everybody write a letter to your office, because I mean, it's not going to stop unless people like, we had enough.
Yeah, but
So
the problem is too what organic is so expensive.
it
So
is.
it's that
But
the
I'm saying
point that
like
they're trying to
ketchup, you don't have
make.
to buy organic for ketchup. You don't have to if they would remove the
Well,
garbage from it.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting
But
at.
yeah, do you know how much sugar is in that ketchup?
Oh, I
It's
know.
wild.
It is.
Um,
And I didn't
I
mean to
mean,
cut you off.
no,
I'm sorry,
that
guys. It's rude, but when I get in a topic like this,
he
I'm
just
like,
can't stop.
I can't.
He gets too excited.
I do, and I get loud. My wife's like,
Yes,
she's like, "Why are you yelling at me?" I'm not. I'm just excited.
just passionate about
Yeah,
whatever he's
and
talking
that's
about.
typical for Hispanics, anyways. Latins, when we get talking, we're passionate about something. We just get loud and excited
He
about
just
it.
goes. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He just
Yep.
can't stop. He just keeps going.
So I think that's why she's got a whip so close to her, so she can.
That's why I distract you with like words like Taylor Swift, so you can just
Yeah,
stop talking.
I had a dream about her.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
I really did. I never really honestly had a dream about her.
That's weird.
I don't know. I was on stage running electrical across her stage for the
Really?
yes, and I was running it, and she came out there to do like a pre-show just to make sure all the
Right, everything
sound
was
check was
working.
all right, right. And she
Uh-huh.
was walking backwards, and she tripped backwards, and the back of her head hit a big old speaker, busted open. She couldn't do the show.
Oh my God, that's
I
awful.
know. I was like, oh my god, I don't like her, but I wouldn't wish that on her, you know.
Well, yeah, no, that's awful.
And I'm like, why me? Why was I on that stage? I don't do nothing with stages anyway.
I
So,
was gonna say, yeah, you're not that kind of guy, but that's so weird that you
yeah.
had that dream.
See what you did? You made me had that dream. That was after you said that.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So,
That's weird.
but yeah, people do your research. Look into the stuff that you buy for
Yes.
you and your family or your loved ones, whatever the case is. Um, sodas, milk, vegetables, meats, breads, canned goods, deodorant, toothpaste. I mean, the
All
list
of the
goes on
things.
and on and on and on and on, and it really will not stop. I want you to take one day this week for the next 7 days, and I want you to write down every item that you put in your body or on your body, every single item, right? And it starts from the dish soap all the way through to your laundry, to everything that you are buying. It goes somehow or get on your body or in your body. Write those ingredients down. And then once you got all that list put down together, go to that first one and research the chemicals that are in that one product.
Yikes.
And then go to
That's
the
gonna be
next
a
one.
lot.
And that is a lot. And then it'll make you start seeing some of these chemicals are so close to like the plastics that are put in toys or the oils and synthetics they put in asphalt. It just goes on to so deep, and it's gonna make you kind of change. Obviously, we cannot afford. I know I can't afford to completely switch to everything organically.
Yeah, no
Right.
way.
So I pick and choose what we want to. Actually, I don't.
Right.
My wife's the boss. She decides. So
Well,
I'm gonna be
that's the way it
honest.
should be. That's the
That's
way
the
it should
way
be.
I'm gonna be honest. And it's like, you know what? She's the one that does it. So, but go into it and start seeing this.
Well,
I
especially
had,
just it's overwhelming, so like making a list like that, but maybe just start with the things that you use every single day.
yeah,
So
just write it
whether
down.
it's a food product
Right.
or toothpaste, simple things, and
Mm-hmm.
then just try and do organic of those things.
Right.
Because, if it's something that you use not as often, then maybe, you don't have
Mm-hmm.
to. I mean, obviously it's going to be better if it's cleaner, but
Right.
use the things that are going to be more common everyday things. Deodorant
Yeah.
is a big one, but
Yeah. You and I got to talk about that. We may do a show about that because I've got a problem with my underarms start trying to break out and this and that.
mm-hmm.
And I'll switch from men's to women's
Yeah,
deodorant.
that's right.
And then
Yeah, you have mentioned something like that.
And when I switch to women's, I don't have that issue anymore. And then I'll go back to men's and I'll be fine for like 2 or 3 years. And then I'll have to go back. But then I started researching deodorant and I'm like, oh my God, it's got a lot of metals in it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this. So, yeah. But then going into
Yeah.
another one, car wash soap. So you buy soap to wash your car. Some of these soaps come with the wax.
Right.
That's gonna. I do a foam cannon so it sprays the soap on the car, right? And then I use a special wash mitt to wash the car, but I'm still touching it. And I was looking into what that wax formula is.
Mm.
And I'm touching it with my bare hands.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's, literally anything that we put in our body or we touch, we use. It's wild.
It
It's
is.
huge rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. So if you guys go into rabbit holes, I'm sorry, but your day will be consumed of these things. And I apologize because you will get hours that you will not get back.
Yeah. There are non-replaceable hours. And Lisa's
you'll have
lying.
knowledge and you'll also probably be a little freaked out, but
you'll be afraid to like consume stuff or touch stuff. It really will. Because you look at one product, it's 4 hours.
You might be a little worried, but it is what it is. It's information is knowledge. So
if you got 4 hours to throw away, go ahead and do some research. If you don't, then I suggest don't do it because it will consume some hours. It's not a half hour, 1 hour gig. I'm telling you, it's not.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, we've been on here for an hour and we have gone down many different rabbit holes, and there's even more to go down. So,
well, just for us, just on like a real quickie here, just for us to do these podcast shows, right, and talk about many different topics. And there is some topics that I'm more aware of than Lisa is, and there's more, vice versa that she's aware of, like this organic stuff, right? So either way, we both kind of do our research, and you start doing this research, and you're like, you start going down these rabbit holes. It consumes a lot of hours of our time that we're taking away from our family to do this for you guys, so it
takes some prep time for sure.
It does, but it's fun. So
because I like learning too. So we're also learning and teaching each other things. So that's fun.
My arm is still sore too.
Doing this with you, even though you're a pain in my butt, but I enjoy doing this with you.
I know, and my arm is still hurting. Yeah.
Yikes.
So I might be going to the doctor next week on it. We'll see.
Yeah, you probably should.
With all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Share smiles, share hugs, and God bless.
Yes. Have a great day, everyone, and catch us next Wednesday. Thank you guys for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on Apple Podcasts. Follow and rate on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube. 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. That's the number 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and TikTok. That's 2V1 Life Podcast. Also, our Facebook, 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. We hope you guys have a great week and catch the new episode next Wednesday. Bye.